Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Trivia Quiz Rush Nostalgia Pub Quiz. For this quiz I've made another nice selection of nostalgic trivia for you that takes you back to the good old days. The quiz features 4 rounds again and I even added some new categories. We'll start off with guessing the old vintage LP cover, moving on to guessing the old vintage toy, then we'll be guessing vintage celebrities, and the last round, last but not least, multiple choice questions about nostalgic trivia. And as with every quiz, you have limited time to answer each question. Here you see the scoreboard of the last Nostalgia Quiz winners. If you count your score and place your score in the comments and are a channel subscriber, you have of course a chance to be on the next Nostalgia Pub Quiz scoreboard. So, without further ado, let's go! Guess the 70s LP cover. I will not ask you any questions, I will just show you an LP cover and you'll get 1 point if you guess the artist or band. You also get some extra bragging rights if you guess the album name. Here we go. Correct with Neil Young. This album is after the Gold Rush and it reflected on personal and societal themes and was revealed in 1970. The answer is Joni Mitchell. This album is blue and was released in 1971 and stands as a highly influential work. It's Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. The album is 4-Way Street and was a live album released in 1971. And this is Genesis. The album is A Trick of the Tail, marking Genesis' era without Peter Gabriel, and it came out in 1976. Correct with Supertramp. The 1974 release of Crime of the Century marked a breakthrough with hits like Dreamer and Bloody Well Right. Round number 2, guess the vintage toy. Remember, guessing the exact name is not important, as it can vary per region or alternative brand. You can just count 1 point if you recognize the toy and know what it does. Do you recognize this toy? The answer is Lightbright. Lightbright, a creative lightbox toy, was introduced in 1967, allowing kids to create illuminated pictures with colored pegs. Do you recognize this 80s toy? This is a magic snake. Also known as the Rubik's Snake, it is a toy consisting of 24 wedges that can be twisted into various shapes. And do you recognize this iconic toy? And the answer is sea monkeys. Marketed heavily in the 60s, sea monkeys are brine shrimp that come to life when added to water. And what's the name of this space-themed toy? Correct with Johnny Astro. Johnny Astro was a toy from the late 1960s that allowed kids to control a flying space-themed balloon with a fan and control panel. And can you recognize this game? This game is called Jacks, or also known as Jack's Game. It was a traditional game played with small jacks and a ball, testing hand-eye coordination and dexterity. Round 3, guess the 70 celebrities. Who is this famous person in the world of music? It's Peter Green, founder of Fleetwood Mac and one of the most influential blues guitarists of the 60s. Guess this celebrity in the world of TV. The answer is Rod Serling, creator and host of The Twilight Zone. He became a defining voice in 60s television. And who's this singer? I'm probably not going to pronounce this right, but this is Joan Baez, folk singer and activist who became the voice of the 60s protest movement. Today's bonus question is, what 84 song by Frankie Goes to Hollywood was banned by the BBC? As you may be aware, a lot of work goes into making these quizzes, so please consider to leave a like and to subscribe to the channel. Name this famous artist. It's Patti Smith. She's an influential American singer, songwriter, poet and visual artist, and she released a 1975 debut album called Horses. Do you know this famous actor? This is Steve McQueen, Hollywood actor named the King of Cool, famous for his roles in the 60s and 70s action films. And on to the last round, nostalgic trivia. We'll move on to multiple choice here. Which 1950s musical film featured the song Good Morning? Is it The Bandwagon, An American in Paris, or Singin' in the Rain? And the answer is Singin' in the Rain. It's a classical musical known for its iconic dance sequences and memorable songs. Which film features the line, "Follow the Yellow Brick Road"? Is it The Wiz, Wizard of Oz, or Tommy? And this was an easy one. It is of course The Wizard of Oz. The film is known for its groundbreaking use of Technicolor, iconic characters and the famous song Over the Rainbow. Who won the FIFA World Cup in 1970, marking their third win? Is it Brazil, Italy or Germany? And the answer is Brazil. Brazil's 1970 team is often celebrated as the greatest football team of all time. Which 1976 film features the famous line, "You talking to me"? Is it Raging Bull, Taxi Driver or Goodfellas? The answer is Taxi Driver. The line became iconic in Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver, highlighting Robert De Niro's intense performance. And the last one for today's quiz. Who was the president of the United States when the Berlin Wall fell in '89? Is it Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter or George H.W. Bush? Correct, with George H.W. Bush, although Reagan famously said, "Tear down this wall," it was during Bush's presidencies that the Berlin Wall actually fell. And you've made it to the end again of the Nostalgia Pop Quiz Part 3. Don't leave just yet, because adding your score to the comments gives you a chance to be placed on next week's leaderboard. The bonus question is worth 1 extra point, so that's a maximum of 21 points. And if you enjoyed the quiz, please don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe to the channel. As always, I will be back for more this week and this weekend for more fun and engaging quizzes. Until then, bye bye!